Mastering your mind, the path to calmness and inner strength. Life often feels like a calm stream flowing gently, but there are moments when that serenity is disrupted, and we find ourselves swept into whirlwinds of stress, chaos, and uncertainty. This is the very nature of growth, a series of unforeseen challenges that force us to confront things we weren't prepared for. Amid these storms, is it possible to keep our minds steady? Can we train ourselves to remain calm no matter what happens around us? The answer is yes. Calmness is not a gift reserved for sages or extraordinary individuals. It's a skill, a habit, one that can be cultivated with patience and practice. And it all begins with mastering our minds. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." When you realize this truth, you unlock a source of great strength. 1. Control your mind or let it control you. Has your mind ever felt like an enemy? It happens to all of us. Unwanted thoughts creep in, negative emotions explode, and then we act in ways we later regret. This is not uncommon, but the crucial question is, do you control your mind or does it control you? Imagine you're at a social gathering, enjoying a peaceful evening. You're chatting with friends when, suddenly, someone makes a negative remark about you in front of the group. If your mind is untrained, your reaction might be swift. A surge of offense, a quickened heartbeat, and the urge to defend yourself. But pause. Is that truly you reacting? Or is it simply your mind's impulsive response? Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." His words point to a profound truth. It's not the events themselves that determine our emotions, but the way we interpret them. Instead of reacting impulsively to that negative comment, take a deep breath. Pause. Remind yourself that the other person's words hold no power over your worth unless you allow them to. A Stoic will observe their internal reaction as an outsider, acknowledging feelings of anger or hurt, but not allowing them to dictate their behavior. By training your mind in this way, you begin to realize that the only thing you truly have control over is your own response. Whether it's a rude comment or a reckless driver, you cannot control the world around you, but you can choose how to respond. Stoicism teaches us that we should never suppress our emotions, but we must not let them control us. When you master your mind, you take the first step toward tranquility. This ability to pause, breathe, and choose your response transforms ordinary interactions and builds resilience. 2. Anger doesn't solve problems. Anger is a natural human reaction, but when we let it take over, we lose clarity and the ability to think logically. In the heat of anger, we often feel like we're reclaiming control by shouting or reacting, but in reality, this only adds fuel to the fire. Imagine you're driving one morning, maintaining a steady pace when another car cuts in front of you. A rush of anger flares up instantly. You feel disrespected and want to retaliate, perhaps by honking your horn or speeding to catch up. But ask yourself, will this reaction improve the situation? In fact, it will likely escalate the conflict, put you at risk, and make you feel even more agitated. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control how we respond. Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When anger arises, take a moment to ask yourself, is this worth losing my peace over? In most cases, the answer is no. Anger serves as a signal, not an excuse to act recklessly. It tells us that something is wrong, but rather than giving in to it, we can use it as a prompt to reflect on why we feel hurt or upset. Responding with calmness instead of anger will often yield better results. Choosing calmness, however, requires practice. It's not about suppressing anger, but about recognizing that it's a choice to either act on it or let it pass. The ability to remain composed even in the face of provocation demonstrates true strength. 3. Calmness is strength, not weakness. In modern society, we often associate strength with loudness, physical power, or aggression. The loudest person in the room may be seen as the most powerful, but if we look closely, we can see that true strength lies in self-control, not outbursts. When someone challenges you or raises their voice, the instinct is to retaliate. But is that reaction helpful? Often, it just drags you into a cycle of conflict. Instead, if you choose to remain calm, you not only neutralize the attack, but also gain the respect of those around you. Think about Mahatmagandi's approach to conflict. Faced with British oppression, Gandhi chose nonviolent resistance. Instead of fighting fire with fire, he responded with peaceful marches, like the famous Salt March. Gandhi's calmness in the face of injustice became his greatest strength, shaking the foundations of an empire. When we remain calm in tense situations, we prove to ourselves and others that we are in control. Maintaining composure is not passive, it's a strategic choice. By staying calm, we not only prevent ourselves from being swept away by negative emotions, but also gain a clearer perspective, allowing us to respond more effectively. 4. Life is unfair, but that doesn't matter. You've likely faced moments where life feels deeply unfair. Perhaps you worked hard for a promotion, only to see someone else with less effort take the position. Or maybe you treated others with kindness, only to have them betray your trust. This is the reality of life. It's unfair. And if we allow ourselves to get bogged down by these injustices, we will find ourselves trapped in resentment. But Stoicism teaches us a vital lesson. You can't control the world, but you can control how you respond to it. Imagine waking up to find that you've lost a limb or suffered a debilitating injury. How would you react? This is the reality that Nick Vujicic, born with no arms or legs, faced every day. Instead of allowing his condition to define his life, he chose to rise above it. Vujicic became an inspirational speaker, proving that while we cannot control our circumstances, we can control how we live with them. Life's unfairness is unavoidable, but how we respond to it is entirely up to us. The key to living a peaceful life is to focus on what you can control: your mindset, your actions, and your ability to adapt. 5. Losing control is a choice. It's easy to believe that our emotions are governed by external circumstances, how others treat us, what happens during our day, or the unpredictability of life. But if we examine this closely, we'll realize that losing control is ultimately a choice. When someone cuts in front of you in line, for instance, it's natural to feel anger. But you always have the choice. You can either give in to that anger or respond calmly. As Epictetus said, "It is not enough to be hit or insulted to be harmed. You must believe you are being harmed." When you let external circumstances dictate your emotional state, you relinquish control over yourself. True strength comes from understanding that you always have a choice in how to respond. If you can learn to pause, reflect, and choose not to react in anger, you'll preserve your inner peace. This doesn't mean tolerating mistreatment. Instead, it means responding wisely and without unnecessary emotional reaction. By mastering your emotional response, you regain control, preventing others from dictating your mood. 6. Don't get stuck in the past or the future. How many times have you found yourself thinking about something that happened in the past, or worrying about what might happen in the future? Both these mental traps can steal your peace, preventing you from fully experiencing the present moment. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living in the present. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Remember that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting instant. All the rest of his life is either past and gone or not yet revealed." The key to mental clarity is to focus on what is happening right now. The Stoic practice of mindfulness, paying full attention to your present experience, can help break the cycle of worry and regret. Just like tennis champion Novak Djokovic, who learned to focus on the present moment in each match, we can learn to let go of past mistakes and future anxieties. By training your mind to stay in the present, you can enjoy a greater sense of peace and make better decisions. You cannot control the past or predict the future, but you can control your actions in the present. 7. Life is chaotic, but calmness lies within you. Life is unpredictable, and chaos is often the nature of things. You can wake up feeling peaceful only to face an unexpected challenge, but within you lies the ability to maintain calm, no matter the storm surrounding you. The Stoic philosophy teaches that while the world around us may be chaotic, we can always choose to remain calm. By mastering our inner response to external events, we can navigate life's unpredictability with clarity and strength. No matter how overwhelming life may seem, the power to remain calm is within you. It's a skill, a practice, and one that grows stronger with every challenge you face. Embrace the chaos, not as a burden, but as an opportunity to cultivate the strength of mind and the peace that can't be shaken by the world around you. Conclusion: mastering calmness transforms how we face life's challenges. While we can't control the world, we can control our reactions. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in staying composed, not reacting impulsively. By focusing on the present and choosing calmness, we regain our power and find peace in any situation.